Well, you got to know that every Sunday when we get to this spot, I have no idea what's going to happen. I have ideas about what I hope will happen. I have ideas about what I hope don't happen. But there is the comfort of knowing, as we have done this now for nigh on to 7 years, that we have found a dance so that you know when I put my hand on your waist, I'm not going to push you over a cliff. And that when you hold my hand, that you're going to lead me in a good place. I like the familiarity I am finding. It is lovely. For example, I know that if I look right up there, I can see a whole lot of Lowrys just about any time we get close to Christmas. And there they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wave to everybody, guys. There you go. Exactly. See, the smart ones, you move around, so I can't find you. But you see, if you're going to be tall like Buzz Coochie, I'm always going to see you because you're going to be right there. That's the familiarity that gives us pleasure, isn't it? The sense of knowing where the rocks are on the path, where the furniture is in the room in the dark. It's comforting, and that's a good thing. I want to talk about this week a little bit before I get into the words that I hope we can share. Oh, I was dismayed, disheartened, saddened, in other words, at the way our various cities and mayors have decided that the occupiers are, shall we say, a danger to society, unlike others that apparently are not a danger. They say it was because of sanitation issues and safety issues, and I know those are real, but since they seem to clean out only protesters and not hobos, I have a funny feeling it was a selective concern for health and other matters. Of course, this week is Thanksgiving week, and I don't know who has a turkey already on the back porch trying to thaw out in time. And we're laying in the larder and waiting for people to come, or you're preparing to go over various rivers and through various woods. I wish you Godspeed if you have to go. I wish you good luck if you have to cook. And if you want to, you can help that process, because our welcome squatters occupy Grand Rapids. Some of them don't have Thanksgiving dinner, so we're going to bring a little bit of food to them this Thursday, and if you'd like to help, I've got Bob and Ann Cooper putting a bird in the oven. I'm going to mash a bunch of potatoes. I think Darla's going to put something together. I think I'll bring a pie. If you'd like to pitch in, let me know so we can open up and lay a little table. And that's probably going to be the best Thanksgiving dinner that will happen this week, not because of any politics, but because it's closer to the actual Thanksgiving dinner, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I pulled a muscle in my hip about 2 weeks ago, and when I was younger, it would go away, and now it doesn't, and now I tend to limp more often than I'd like. I'm thinking this is a kind of warm-up for my future when other parts begin their revolution, their rebellion against good sense. So I've had a little more discomfort than usual, and yet here I am, and here you are, a whole lot of you, all present and accounted for. Let's make it worth the time. Bring your hearts now, friends, your generous hearts toward your preacher, that together we can create a word of comfort and hope and promise. May these words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be found true in thy sight, O thou who art my rock and my redeemer. Well, like I said, you've got your dinner all planned, right? And you've got the menu all laid out. What do you have to have at your dinner? In my world, you have to have sauerkraut or it's not Thanksgiving. Some of you, it's just one of the few regional things that's left over in our homogenized nation. Some of us have to have pumpkin pie. Some of us have to have mince pie. The diplomats have both. I understand how this works. I know that it'll be a challenge to make the turkey done without drying out the really luscious bits. And on those days, we'll actually get out the linen table napkins and the plates, because how many of us end up eating our suppers sometimes huddled around the kitchen table or occasionally on the run? We're going to make a deal out of it. It's going to be a ritual, and I'm here to tell you that's a great thing, and it has nothing to do with the first Thanksgiving, not a thing. First of all, we don't even know where the first Thanksgiving took place. There are at least 4 different contenders. Yeah, there are the Pilgrims, but a few years before them, there were some Pilgrims, or shall we say Puritans, up in Maine who sat down with some Abenaki Indians and had a nice feast. That was before the Pilgrims, and before that, there were settlers in Jamestown who, having waited for a ship to come in with food. Finally, it arrived, and they had a service of thanksgiving saying, "Hallelujah, we can eat." And then before that, there were Spaniards in Florida who got together in St. Augustine or St. Augustine, I forget how to pronounce it, and they had a Thanksgiving experience. And apparently Coronado, is that his name, was wandering through the panhandle of Texas. Texans love this part especially. And he sat down with his men, and they had a Thanksgiving feast somewhere around 1560. So I don't know which one is first. I don't really care. But of course, they had a meal, and that's important. And they all had turkey, didn't they? Nope, not a one. They might have had a turkey, but it's unlikely, and it's a cinch. It wouldn't be that big, juicy butterball kind of thing that you see. Rather scrawny thing, didn't have much to offer. So if you were a pilgrim that day, you probably ate this along with any turkey that might have been there, because it is recorded that they ate cod, eels, bass, clams, lobster, mussels, ducks, geese, swans, turkey, venison, berries, fruit, peas, pumpkins, but not pumpkin pie, beetroot, onion, beans, dried Indian corn, and squash. And you thought you had a lot of cooking to do. So they didn't have any stuffing. They probably didn't have much in the way of turkey. They didn't have any sweet potatoes because they're still down in South America. They haven't migrated north yet. Nor any cranberry sauce. And if you ever eat a cranberry raw, you'd know you wouldn't want to eat it in any way other than... And of course, the pie part wasn't there. They also did not eat at home with the relatives, because the whole previous year they had starved to death. There were only 20 or so pilgrims left. And they finally had enough food because the Wampanoag Indians showed them how. And so they invited a few, and they set up a few tables, and everybody cooked in their own homes, but then they all brought it was a covered dish supper. It was a church potluck, bless it.